So, I'm back again, and I'm back again with the jokes. Sorry for singing like that. I shouldn't do that. So, I just want to go back to the playing thing, and this time, I'm not rambling. I actually wrote jokes. I actually did it. Look at me. Fucking look at me. So, you know that show Severance? With the elevators that suck your consciousness and pump your other consciousness like a plunger? I want that for planes. I want to go to sleep and wake up on the other side of the country refreshed. And don't worry, I'll pack other me some essentials like snacks and electronics to assist with the nauseating ride to and fro. I just know that version of me is going to need therapy. I already need therapy. I have been in therapy. But can you imagine? Every time you woke up, you're sitting in an airplane seat strapped in. You wake up and go, fuck, not this shit again. I got restless legs and the toilets are bite-sized. And then you don't even get the pleasure of getting off the plane. You just eternally circle jerked into a permanent Spirit Airlines residency. Your tray never works. They give you vegan cookies and some guy shit in the bathroom at the beginning of the fucking flight. You have no clue what ground looks like anymore or ever. You just see it as you're ascending from the ground, wondering if you'll ever get to use a real bathroom. Because you'd have no concept of a real bathroom. You'd have never seen one, right? The same way the Severance folks had never experienced outside. You might think it's supposed to smell like that. That perhaps Spirit hires guys to shit in the bathroom before the flight, then deboard. It's a whole system. You've ever only had Sprite, orange juice, and those free nasty cookies because regular me is too poor for anything else. Sorry you don't know what steak tastes like, me, but I can't do it. Gotta stop pretending like flying is exciting. It's not. That's not excitement you feel. That is the birth of trauma. Trauma every time you get on a plane. The highest we were ever supposed to get was the treetops, and even that's a little too high. You like that one? I wrote some more. It's more about the plane. Let me check my time. Oh yeah. I won't rush on this one. Okay, so I made the grievous mistake of taking weed gummies before a plane ride. If you think being in there had me fucked up while simultaneously being scared shitless about the condition of my mother, just pump up those numbers with drugs. Yay! My heart rate sounded like Satan pounding on the door out of hell. Because it didn't happen instantly. It happened gradually. I took some gummies when I got out of the car. So that means I had all of finding the entrance, going through TSA, finding snacks, waiting for 30 minutes to board, waiting another 30 minutes because my last name starts with W. And by the way, thanks, Dad, for making sure I'm always last, not just in your eyes, but in the alphabetical eyes of others. Then, as we're ascending higher and higher, I realize my skin is flushed, my throat is dry, my eyes are dry, it's hard to swallow. Holy shit, I am high as star titties. I couldn't even focus on my electronics. I could care less. My snacks went uneaten, which is a fucking crime. I felt like someone had stuck me in a tube and shipped me directly to Major Tom, all the way up there, just like that. And what's worse is I actually took an insane amount for me. With edibles, I like to do gummies, and I like to do 10 milligrams at a time. That is my max. I never want to go over that. Well, I did this time. So this time, I made mistakes were made. Don't blame me. I've never gotten high off those gummies since I started ordering them. That's where the miscalculation came in. Not even once. Like, I would like take bites of it and I would never. But I have faith that maybe I can use them in a particular bind. You know, I usually eat a quarter and then there's nothing. Then I eat a half, there's nothing. And these are 2 gummies, each with 50 milligram potency in a pack. I also got a Nerds rope that was 100 milligrams. They were so ineffective, I forgot I had some left. And I found it right before I left for LA in April. I had half of a Nerds rope and most of a round gummy. I assumed it'd do nothing but give me like a little light head, make it a little easier to sleep. Well, I definitely eventually fell asleep. Unfortunately, I did so staring at the fasten seatbelt signs for almost 30 minutes. My notes app literally says, I dictated my thoughts, by the way, and it says from 12:05 p.m. until 12:17 p.m. I was staring at the seatbelt lights. I was nervous, so I started writing, and this is what I wrote. All in quotes. This is exactly what I wrote. The seatbelt light keeps coming on, which would blow anybody's high, but not mine. It strengthened it. My throat is dry, and my heart is pounding in my small intestines. Like, damn, it really is that deep. 12:05 p.m. I know I'm going to have to take a shit. My heart is now in my large intestines. It's not looking good. Hey, oomps and moves. And poofs, I don't know what I mean by that. I wrote these while terrified until a few legs stayed. Not helped at all by the edibles I took because life is hard and very lifing right now. There is weather happening below us. Lots of weather. My plane do jiggle jiggle. Don't fold. Taking drugs before a flight where you're leaving because your mom is in the hospital non-responsive is nasty work. It's like drinking vodka and Red Bull. The body is confused. The brain wants panic. Body not panicking enough. Brain squeeze for more panic. Body says panic, but it's just an undercurrent of little heart attacks set in a row, one after another, and the other is go. The seatbelt light is still on. I don't know what I meant by go either. I don't know. I was high. The seatbelt light is still on. 12:17 p.m. What the fuck? My millennial heart can't take it. Why? Because almost 30 minutes into the flight, and it still said fasten seatbelts. That's what I wrote. Now, why? Because my day got better when the wind and clouds started shaking us like a can of spray paint. I'd close my eyes for a few minutes, then open them and see the fucking light was still on. And I'm high, so I think I'm out for much longer than I actually am each time. When they finally go off, I thought we were halfway to LA. Nope, I was staring at the lights for every few seconds for about 30 minutes. Now, the first 30 minutes sucked, but I did sleep until we reached Vegas. Then we had to board another plane. I was thankfully sober that ride, but I beg you, unless you're great and being dramatically high, don't take drugs before a flight. And definitely not while panicked. It was the first time we'd almost give me a full-on panic attack. So, we stumbled a little, but we're writing. We're writing our scripts now. Was it funny? I don't know. I think it was entertaining, at least. I can do better. But that said, this is me. Have a great day. I'm out of here.